Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. The lights of the television studio shone bright, reflecting off the polished floors, yet in the midst of the glamour and applause, a shadow lingered behind one of the most familiar faces in Hollywood. Mark Consuelos, the man known for his charming smile, magnetic presence, and unshakable charisma, had a secret. A private battle that had silently waged within him for years. For decades, fans admired Mark not just for his talent, but for the effortless warmth he exuded on screen. From his early days on All My Children to the iconic chemistry with Kelly Ripa on morning television, his life appeared picture-perfect. But beneath the laughter, the red carpets, and the seemingly endless success, Mark harbored a struggle so personal, so private, that only those closest to him had glimpsed its weight. It began subtly. The first signs were dismissed as fatigue, tiredness that no amount of sleep could remedy, a persistent sense of heaviness, and moments where his usual energy seemed to evaporate. "I thought I was just pushing too hard," Mark recalls, in a voice tinged with both relief and sorrow. "I told myself it was stress, work, life, but deep down, I knew it was more." For years, he concealed his condition, maintaining the facade that fans had come to expect. The public saw a man full of vigor, yet privately, he was navigating a labyrinth of medical consultations, late-night anxiety, and the gnawing fear of an uncertain future. The irony was bitter. The same persona that inspired millions on screen was masking a vulnerability that even those closest to him could not fully comprehend. Mark's breakthrough came not in the form of a grand revelation, but as a quiet moment of reckoning. One evening, after a grueling day of filming, he found himself alone in his home. The walls, usually brimming with laughter and family energy, felt suffocatingly silent. He sat on the edge of his bed, heart racing, unable to ignore the symptoms any longer. That night, he made a choice to confront the very thing he had avoided for years. "I realized hiding it wasn't strength, it was fear," he admits. Fear of judgment, fear of pity, fear of what people might think if they saw the real me. Doctors confirmed his suspicions. Mark was battling a chronic condition, one that required consistent treatment and careful management. The exact nature of the illness is deeply personal, something he chose to share only in part, emphasizing the emotional toll rather than the clinical details. But what he did reveal is enough to shock those who had always assumed the man they saw was invincible. Living with a chronic illness is not a single moment of struggle. It is a continuous, often invisible battle. Mark described days where getting out of bed felt monumental, where simple tasks became uphill challenges, and where the mental weight of his condition was as taxing as the physical symptoms themselves. Yet through it all, he continued to work, to perform, and to engage with the world, driven by an unyielding commitment to his craft and his family. Kelly Ripa, his wife and co-star, has been his unwavering anchor. Known for her vivacious energy and infectious enthusiasm, Kelly often shared the spotlight with Mark, but behind closed doors, she became a pillar of strength, offering comfort, encouragement, and love. "We've been through everything together," Mark says. "This was no different. Kelly reminded me that it's okay to be human, to have limits, and to ask for help." The revelation of his health struggle has prompted an outpouring of support from fans and colleagues alike. Social media lit up with messages of love, prayers, and admiration for the man who, despite his suffering, continued to inspire. Fellow actors and friends expressed their shock and empathy, sharing stories of their own health battles and commending Mark for his courage in finally speaking out. What makes Mark's story so compelling is not the illness itself, but the human spirit behind it.
His openness challenges the illusion of celebrity invincibility, reminding fans that even those who seem untouchable face trials that are unseen and often misunderstood. In a world obsessed with perfection and curated images, Mark's honesty is both refreshing and profoundly human. He recalls a particularly poignant moment during his journey, attending a charity event for health awareness, where he met young fans who had faced similar challenges. Seeing their resilience, their courage, and their determination in the face of adversity struck a chord deep within him. If they could find hope, even in the hardest moments, then so could I, he reflects. The impact on his work has been significant, yet measured. Mark admits that there are days when he must adjust his schedule, when he must prioritize rest over filming, and when the demands of his body dictate the rhythm of his life. But he also emphasizes that this struggle has given him a renewed perspective on both his career and his personal life. I've learned to value moments that truly matter, to be present, to cherish my family, and to appreciate the small victories, he shares. Fans have noticed subtle changes in his on-screen presence as well. There is a newfound depth in his performances, an authenticity that resonates more than ever before. Perhaps it is the weight of experience, the empathy cultivated through personal struggle, or simply the human vulnerability that now informs his art. Whatever the reason, Mark's work has gained a richer, more nuanced texture, drawing audiences into a connection that transcends the superficial. Yet despite the gravity of his situation, Mark approaches his story with a quiet resilience and even a touch of humor. I've always believed in facing challenges head-on, even if that means laughing along the way, he says. He recounts moments when symptoms flared during filming, forcing him to improvise lines or lean on his co-stars for support. Sometimes life throws you curveballs, and all you can do is swing, he chuckles. This candidness has sparked broader conversations about health in the entertainment industry. Mark's disclosure challenges the stigma that often surrounds chronic illness, particularly among public figures. It underscores the importance of self-care
and the courage to acknowledge vulnerability, even in a world that prizes strength and perfection. Mark hopes that his openness will serve as both inspiration and reassurance for those who may be facing their own hidden struggles. Quote, "You are not alone. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to not be okay," he emphasizes. Sharing my story isn't about seeking sympathy, it's about giving others the courage to speak their truth. His children, now growing up under the unique scrutiny of public life, have also been a guiding force. Mark reflects on how the experience has deepened his bond with them, teaching lessons in empathy, resilience, and the importance of honesty. I want them to see that life is complex, that challenges are inevitable, but that we can face them with courage and integrity, he explains. Friends and colleagues describe him as a man transformed by his journey, someone whose struggles have not diminished his spirit but strengthened it. Mark has always been a force of nature, says a close friend, but now there's a depth to him, a vulnerability that makes him even more remarkable. The entertainment world, too, has rallied around him. From fellow actors to crew members, messages of support flooded in, each one a testament to the respect and admiration he commands. It's a reminder that even in an industry often characterized by glamour and competition, compassion and solidarity remain powerful forces. As Mark continues to navigate his condition, he has embraced new routines, therapies, and lifestyle adjustments, each step taken with careful intention. He has become an advocate for awareness, subtly using his platform to highlight the realities of living with chronic illness without compromising his privacy or dignity. For fans, colleagues, and anyone inspired by his journey, Mark's story is more than a tale of struggle. It is a narrative of courage, resilience, and hope.
It is a reminder that beneath the smiles, the lights, and the accolades, there exists a profoundly human story, one that resonates with universal truths about vulnerability, perseverance, and the